Hi, and welcome to TXDZNY. On today's show, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite bars and lounges on Walt Disney World property. So to try not have this video go too long, I just kept it to like my 10 favorites. I'm not putting them in an order. I'm just going to name off 10 of the bars lounges that I really like at Walt Disney World. I am purposely leaving out ones at Disney Springs. I will talk at the end of the video about some of the ones I love at Disney Springs, but to try to keep it to 10 that I really liked, I kept it with just bars and lounges that are inside the parks or at Disney resorts. So obviously, I'm going to be taking into consideration what drinks and like small bites these places might have. But this list is going to be mostly based on the like vibe of the bar lounge. That's what I'm mostly about when I'm at these places, is just having somewhere really well themed or just a chill spot in a good location that can either break up your day or whatever it might be. So a lot of this is going to be based on the vibe. So the first place I want to be talking about is the Baseline Tap House at Hollywood Studios. I see I'm wearing my Baseline Tap House shirt, so I do love this little tap house. They have great beers there. It's a great way to just kind of sit down and relax. They have umbrellas out there on the patio. Their pretzels, their charcuterie boards are all pretty good. It's a great way to just sit down and relax for a little while at Hollywood Studios. We go every time we go to Hollywood Studios, we go and chill here for about at least an hour or so every single Hollywood Studios day. The theming of Baseline isn't anything great, but I just really love the beers and the food that they have there, and that's why it's on this list, because I do love the food and the drinks at Baseline. Next on this list, I'm going to have the Rose and Crown, which is at the UK Pavilion inside of Epcot back in World Showcase. Um, this is just meant to be kind of like a pub that's in the UK, and for someone who lives in the United States, it is kind of cool to go there and see the vibe and everything of that in there. I don't think it's anything like a traditional like UK bar, but it's just, I think Disney did a pretty good job of try to replicate one. And I do love the beers that they have in this place. I always get a golden, is one of their drinks that they have there, because you can mix and match beers at the Rose and Crown. If you can catch it, sometimes it's cool just to sit in there and there might be someone playing the piano or something like that, and just kind of sit there and chill at the bar and have multiple drinks. This is one of the bars a lot of times when I'm going around the World Showcase that I will go and have more than one drink at if I'm drinking around the country. They will sometimes pop into the Rose and Crown and have a second drink or something going around these countries. We have eaten here. I'm trying to keep this list just to kind of like the bar lounge area, so I'm trying not to dive too much into the restaurant. But they do have some food options if you are going to get a table service there. But when you're just sticking to the bar, they are going to have a full bar there. Even though I generally just stick to the beer there, but there's lots of choices for you to get all different types of drinks from the UK there. And I just love the vibe. Obviously, going around World Showcase at Epcot and drinking, it's a cool little way to go inside and enjoy having a pint or two. Next, I'm going to have Trader Sam's at the Polynesian Resort. I'm going to group actual Trader Sam's and Trader Sam's Terrace into this one because I love them both. Um, I do, if you're catching it during when the weather is nice, I do love sitting there out on that terrace area out there at the Polynesian. But obviously, the vibe inside the actual Trader Sam's is second to none. Um, if you haven't experienced it, highly recommend it. It's a smaller place, so it could be harder to get in there. You might have to join a waiting list or something like that. But if you can't do that, don't just totally skip it, and at least get some of the drinks that they do have inside Trader Sam's and get it at the terrace outside. And you do have a beautiful view there. It's kind of raised where you got a really nice view of Seven Seas Lagoon. You can even see the castle from the terrace. And some of their small bites are obviously really good too. You're getting kind of a shortened down menu of some of them good restaurants at the Polynesian. So it's a great little just hangout area, the whole entire, Polynesian, beach kind of vibe there. So it's always a cool place to chill. And those drinks that they make are just really, really put you in that beach vibe. But always try to get into the Trader Sam's, actual Trader Sam's, because some of the shows they put on with some of these drinks are just really, really enjoyable. They don't allow kids in there, so keep that in mind. But and you can't have kids on the terrace, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about going there. But don't skip out on Trader Sam's, the regular one or the terrace. Next, I'm gonna have Oga's Cantina. So Oga's, to be quite honest, I don't really love the drinks inside Oga's. I do feel like when they're if you're getting in a mixed drink, they don't put a lot of alcohol in it, so it's better sometimes just to stay with the beer. But it's definitely just one of those places that you're going in there for the vibe. You know, the whole entire it feels like you're at a Star Wars bar, and so it's always good to go in there and just have a drink or two and just kind of chill and relax. You know, on a hot day too. It's inside, so it's a great great way to escape sometimes the heat or the rain or something like that. Often there's not long wait times. I mean, I we went during Christmas break, the time in between Christmas and New Year's, and I think I didn't get a reservation for it, and went and walked up, and they got me in like 10 minutes on a very very crowded day. So you can get advanced reservations to go in there, but sometimes their walk-ups aren't that bad for this place. Like I said, it's going to be in the Star Wars area of Hollywood Studios. So definitely, if you're a big Star Wars fan, to go in there and see the whole vibe and everything. They got like a DJ in there that's a Star Wars character, and the whole vibe in there is real nice. So don't skip out on Oga's when you're going to Hollywood Studios, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Next, I'm gonna have Nomad Lounge at Animal Kingdom. This is a really cool lounge. It's a very very chill, just bar lounge here. They actually have really good, starters and finger foods at this place too. And their drinks are a lot better than a lot of these lounges that you'll go to. They're really really good, and it's a great way to escape. You know, sometimes Animal Kingdom can get really hot with all the, foliage and everything there, get humid. So it's a great way to escape the heat or the rain uh, in Florida, to go inside Nomad Lounge on an Animal Kingdom day. Um, like a lot of these lounges, you go in there and you're having a good time, and you'll find yourself having a few drinks and grabbing a little bite to eat. And almost every time we go to Animal Kingdom, we try to stop into Nomad Lounge and spend at least an hour or two in there. So don't skip out on Nomad Lounge when you're at Animal Kingdom. On a little side note, I'm not going to include this as one of my lists. Right near there is also the Dawa Bar, which is like a quick little place to just go get drinks, and that's pretty good too. It's outdoors, like right there by Lion King and the Safari and all that. And uh, that as a little side note, sometimes it's great to just pop into the Dawa Bar as well. But since it's just kind of like a quick grab and go, I'm not going to include it as one of the bars on this list. So next, I'm going to have a little bit of a different kind of place for this one. I've talked about how the Yacht and Beach Club is my favorite resort, and mostly because of its location and the pool. So because the pool is so good there, we find ourselves going to the pool quite a bit more when we're doing a Yacht or Beach Club vacation, because we want to utilize it. And so they have a little pool bar there called Hurricane Hanna's, and when you're just sitting there hanging out in the afternoon, having a good little pool day, going down the slides, and you're going back in Epcot or something later in the day. It's a great place just to sit there and have some drinks. And you could either sit there, or we normally just get the drinks to go and bring them to wherever our pool chairs and stuff are, and have it while we're watching the kids go down the slides and things like that. Um, but it's the only bar lounge I'm going to have on this list that is like a at a resort that's part of a pool or something like that. And that's just because I feel like Stormalong Bay at the Yacht and Beach Club is hands down the best pool on Disney property. So if you're going to be spending lots of times there, like you should, if you're staying at those resorts, you're going to want to have some drinks, maybe poolside. So don't skip out on Hurricane Hanna's when you stay at the Yacht and Beach Club. Next, I'm going to have the Space 220 Lounge at Epcot, which is right near Mission Space. Um, this is all of Space 220 sometimes can be a harder reservation to get, so it can be harder to get in this one. The best way to actually get in here is I think they don't do a lot of advanced dining reservations there. They only offer a little bit. They definitely offer it, but they don't put a lot of them up. So if you go like soon as you get into the park and go over there and ask if you can get in later, especially the lounge, a lot of times they'll be able to accommodate you. So if you really want to go to that lounge and you couldn't find a reservation on your advanced dining, always go up to Space 220 and see if they can sneak you in. The answer might be no, but it's worth trying. And the elevator ride up to this bar and lounge is almost worth it in itself. And you're gonna have a cool little, it looks like you're going from space to space from Florida, and the whole vibe up there is just really, really cool. It's totally different than kind of anything else you can get at Disney World. So, and the bar area there, the lounge is really, really nice. Um, I've yet to eat at the Space 220 restaurant, but the lounge is just a cool little place just to experience the whole Space 220 thing. And they do have small bites and stuff that you can have there. I normally try to eat at the booths when I'm at Epcot, and I try not to eat unless I'm going like to Le Cellier or something like that. I try to eat at the booths. So I'll rarely eat at just somewhere where I'm going to a bar or something like that. But the vibe inside Space 220 in the lounge is just next level. So try to at least experience it once if you can. Next, I'm going to have the Enchanted Rose at the Grand Floridian Resort. This is a little bar lounge set up there on their second level there at the Grand Floridian. And being the Enchanted Rose, it's a Beauty and the Beast themed lounge. Um, Oddly enough, I think it was called I might be saying Misners or Miners or something like that. Someone correct me in the comments on it. And that's actually where, after my wedding, we were all staying at the Grand Floridian. We all went to the bar there and hung out for several hours after. So, there's a little bit of an attachment there. But I do love this Enchanted Rose when they rethemed it. It's going to be that Beauty and the Beast theme, but it's going to be like the live action version of it. And out of all these lounges that I've listed so far, I think the Enchanted Rose has some of the best food options there for like some quick bites and stuff like that for tapas and appetizers and stuff like that. And you get some really good, nice drinks. So, we'll a lot of times get champagne or wine and stuff like that, or whiskey at this place because it is a little bit more classy than just a regular bar lounge. But because of the overall theming and everything in there, it's one of our favorite lounges at a Disney resort. Next, I'll have Tutto Gusto, which is in the Italy Pavilion at Epcot around World Showcase. To be quite frankly, me and my wife a long time ago just stumbled into this place. We were looking for somewhere to go to get out of the heat, and just walked in there. And sure enough, they were able to sit us down in like it was almost like a cave type looking area that they put us in, and they had great food. I think we got like a wine flight and wound up hanging out in there for quite some time because I think it started raining outside, and we wound up hanging out. And we try to go here, if not every day when we go to Epcot, at least every other day that we're going to Epcot. That's a cool little, especially if you're a wine drinker and you don't want to just be drinking beer all day, to get out of the sun and go in there. They have a nice bar area where you can go. Same as a lot of these places, they have some quicker menus. I remember we normally get paninis and stuff there as like a quick bite if we are going to eat. Uh, but it's a cool little place to get out of the sun or the heat or the rain, whatever it might be, in that Italy pavilion without having to have an advanced dining reservation, and being able to sit down or at least just sit at a bar and hang out for a little bit. So don't just walk. I know Via Napoli is the main place that people like to go in Italy, but don't skip out on Tutto Gusto in the Italy Pavilion. Last and certainly not least, because this is arguably, I know I didn't rank these, but this is probably my favorite bar at Disney World, and that's Cava del Tequila. And that's going to be inside the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot around World Showcase. So this one, you're going to have to go inside the pavilion to see. It's not going to be one of those bar restaurants on the exterior. You're going to have to go in. And especially, like I've said with a lot of these lounges and stuff, most of them are inside. So it's going to get you out of the sun or the rain, whatever it might be in that Florida heat. So going in here, get you out of that heat and sun and or rain. And they have some of the best margaritas there. They have so many different tequilas. They do have some quick bites there as well. I really don't eat when I'm going there, but some of their margaritas are just great. I know they have the margarita stand right outside, but the margaritas inside La Cava just taste quite a bit better. And you're talking about some of these bars and lounges. I want to touch on that. Some of these bartenders and stuff from these countries are just so nice, and you can't say enough good things about them. Just next level cast members who, they'll recognize my face. A lot of these guys when I go to a Cava or Tutto Gusto, and they recognize me, and they'll say hi. They'll know my names, and sometimes I haven't been there in 4, 5, 6 months or even longer sometimes, depending on how schedules work. And they're just always very, very nice. These bartenders in these these lounges. So make sure if you like your margaritas. I know that margarita stands is always get a margarita when you're gonna be going around there if you like margaritas. But don't just always get the one outside the pavilion. Go inside La Cava and get one of their nicer margaritas inside there. So those were just 10 of the lounges that I just want to say that I really, really like. Just to give you a quick rundown, like I said, this isn't any order. I put Baseline Tap House, Rose and Crown, Trader Sam's, Hurricane Hanna's, Olga's Cantina, Tutto Gusto, the Cava del Tequila, Nomad Lounge, Enchanted Rose, and the Space 220 Lounge as my 10 favorite bar loungers at Walt Disney World, excluding Disney Springs. So that's pretty spread out throughout all the parks and some of the resorts. So it gives a lot of options if you want to go to a lot of these hotel bars and stuff are really nice as well that I left off the list. And obviously there's a lot more that are really nice. I just want to try to keep it to 10. So I said I want to close out the video by talking just a tiny bit about some of these places at Disney Springs. Disney Springs is a must for us when we go. That's when my wife did her college program and stuff like that. She worked at Disney Springs, and we love going there. And obviously, the main draw of Disney Springs is the dining and stuff like that, and the shopping. So it's mostly just restaurants and shopping. And they just started their drone show, a few days ago at Disney Springs, which looks just beautiful. I've seen videos of it. I haven't seen it yet live in person. Hopefully, I get to go there before it ends, because I think it might just be a summer thing and they're seeing how it goes. So hopefully I can get out there to see it before they maybe change their minds on it. But I think it might be here to stay because I think a lot of people really liked it. But anyway, some of these bars and lounges and restaurants there at Disney Springs are just unbelievable. I mean, I did a video of my top 10 favorite restaurants, and I think a couple of them were out there in Disney Springs. And some of these bars and lounges are just great. Like at the Boathouse, there's a dock out there with a bar. That's a great bar to go to if you're in Disney Springs. There's Dockside Margaritas, which is right over there kind of too, which is going to be a similar almost vibe to the Boathouse, but a different kind of option for it. You're going to have Jock Lindsay's, which especially during the holidays is going to be a great little bar lounge for you to go to. Has arguably the best pretzels at on Disney property. I think Baseline's number 2 behind Jock Lindsay's, and then Mickey Pretzels and all those are a step down. But they have great food at Jock Lindsay's for quick bites and have a full bar there. And then Wine Bar George is one of our favorites. We'll go there a lot of times to eat, but it's also great just to grab a drink there. They have several patios. You can sit inside, and to have a little bit different options to get drinks there is a little bit nice. There's so many bars there when you're just walking around Disney Springs, where there's a lot of options for you to do when you're walking through there to grab a drink to go. So if you're looking just to walk around and try to spend some time outside the parks, Disney Springs is always a good place to go, and there's plenty of lounges and bars for you to pop into that are very, very good. So that's going to do it for this video, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.